I'm gonna walk you through how it takes 5 weeks to go from look at this premium opportunity to please just buy the fucking house. So we got week 1 to week 5 from the agent's POV. Week 1 I like to call main character energy, and that's when the agent shows up because they think this motherfucker is gonna fly. They're thinking that they're gonna have a queue up around the corner and people are just gonna be begging left, right and center for a contract. And that's based on the laminate flooring. There is no buy price because the owner just doesn't know how to even put a lid on this thing. There is no feedback because week 1 was where the main event was taking place. You got buyers showing up thinking that it's the grand opening for a new nightclub, the Caterpillar Club Inner West Edition. This must be amazing. If there are that many people here, this must be hot property. Relax, this thing hasn't even made it through a weekend yet. Let's see what week 2 looks like. Still confident with the side of excuses in week 2. Last week was just a little bit slower than we expected, you know? The guide's good, the place looks great, but you know what? That rain, you gotta watch that rain. Ah yes, the Sydney market, famously shutting down due to rain and light cloud coverage. Because it's got nothing to do with the rates. And it's got nothing to do with buyers being tapped out. No, it was just the humidity. And of course, no real price conversation with the owner still. Week 3 is when the price guide magically appears in hope that that stimulating tag that's attached to that property is gonna drive you wild. And after 2 weeks of we don't want to put a ceiling on the price because what will be at auction, suddenly the vendor has a ceiling, the agent says. But yet alas, still nothing. And of course, there's always one. There's always one buyer. There's always one buyer. It's the easiest lie to tell in an open home with no one there. But of course, they need a cooling off period. They don't have a solicitor. They weren't even intending to walk through the home that day. They just spontaneously came upon it and it ticked all the boxes that they had. But of course they haven't sold yet and they've just started looking. But they are keen and they might be there on auction day, so you better look out because they are a downsizer with money falling out of their pockets. Week 4. Shit, now we're scrambling more than your mum's eggs. What does that even mean? There is no one. And the owner is starting to ask some questions. And the agent, of course, is still holding it together externally, all wrapped up tightly in that P. Johnson suit. Internally, different story. And now, of course, every single person that's ever walked through that home is getting a call. Hey. My vendor needs to sell. They need to sell now. But of course, we've already got a buyer on it and the auction's on Saturday. I think you should be there because I think your money will buy it, even though it's $500,000 less than what we want. By the end of week 4, the auction gets pulled. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where Bought Agency steps in and saves the day, of course, in week 5. Why, might you ask? Because there's no auction, there's no crowd, and there's no ego. There's no performance, there's no false hope. But we're there for you because we're the one and only buyer that stood it out for the test of time to know when the price was about to change. This is the moment that the vendor says, just sell the fucking thing. So if you're not using us, sure, you're lost, but I'm feeling charitable. Wait until week 5. Week 1, the vendor is trying to win. Week 2, the vendor is trying to win. Week 3, the vendor is still trying to win. Week 4, the vendor might actually be open to a tiebreaker, and week 5, they're happy to lose. And if your gut is telling you that this property doesn't feel as competitive as I think it should feel, you're probably right. But you're probably just a little bit too early. Because of course the best buyers use Bought Agency, and the second best, well, they sit there patiently, slightly unhinged, because they don't have us. And they wait for the exact moment that the whole campaign falls apart. Like always, you're welcome.